Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and others. I am FlamboJambo here on the draft desk, joined by the incredible Nagaina, Zaften, GMD, Silent Storm, however you want to call him.
Let's
He'll
stick
he'll
to
talk to you.
Zaften.
We'll stick to Zaften for the league, um, as well as the incredible Ninja Drew here on production. So everybody say thank you, Ninja Drew. Thank you, Ninja
Thank you,
Drew.
Drew.
And then Wheatley will be here shortly. He'll be here in about 20 minutes. Um, but this is our first official season of Aurora League of Legends. Very excited to get this going. Um, as you know, last our kind of trial season went pretty well. I think majority of people had fun, showed up, had a good time, and here's hoping that we have just as a productive and fun season, if not more. I'm looking forward to the draft. I think I have a general idea of who's going where, but we will find out as the draft continues. Any comments by anyone else on the draft before we open the doors for our captains to make some picks?
Yeah. Well, you have apparently a lot of ideas of who's going where. I have no idea who's going where. So I'll be shocked and baffled with everybody's options and choices.
GMD will be our surprised Pokemon, like surprise Pikachu face, every single time.
Yeah, that sounds about
Because
right.
they're and like me and
I
Alan
know.
be like, oh yeah, and
Uh-huh. I swear I've been learning people's names. I kind of have a general idea of who most people are who tried out.
Yeah.
But even then, there are still some names who I just have no idea who they are.
Well, does I guess my first question is, I don't know if anyone is here on the desk is looking at that draft sheet public. I am opening it up now. The first pick is live for Panini. Who do we think he is going to pick?
I need to check who Panini plays. Let's see. Panini. It depends on what role Panini is taking, I guess. Because unlike with a Tonto, I know wants to play mid lane. I don't actually know what Panini plays.
So Panini does play a little bit of top lane and jungle. He is a newer player, but the pick is in, and no kind of surprise to me or Naga. We were talking about this a little bit. Panini has picked 136 Jake for the mid lane as his first pick.
Ah.
How are we feeling about that?
Given that he is one of the 3 platinum players in, and is that platinum after Emerald was added for
This
peak
is
rank?
platinum. I believe after Emerald
Okay,
was
so yes,
added.
he's one of the 3 platinum players in our league, so that definitely makes sense.
methinks
Yeah.
methinks this is a pretty strong pick, considering just 136 Jake's mid lane like hero pools really annoying. Likes to play a lot of Fizz. I know he played Echo a little bit. Um, so it can definitely be a pain in the side of teams when it comes to just like having impact.
Is it bad that I just thought of Echo from Overwatch when you said Echo?
Uh,
Sorry, that was all me, but I had to think for
I
seconds like,
I
Echo's not in
definitely
this game. Wait a sec.
I definitely think like Echo is a lot like Tracer. So like whenever I hear Echo, I'm like, oh, it's like League of Legends Tracer.
Well, the
Yeah,
League of
especially in
Legends
the
gaming team, sorry for interrupting, is on the clock, right? Captain is log host. Um,
that's
and so who do
like log
we
host.
he did, was kind of mentioned in the slander video. We have seen kind of who he may want. So the pick is in, and if we want, I'm gonna
There's
count
no
down from
surprise here.
3.
Go
I'm gonna
for
count
it.
down for 3, and all 3 of us can say this name at the
I don't
same
know who it
time.
is. Just you two go for it. I'll say something random.
3, 2, 1.
Haley?
Space
Space
Oh,
Muffin.
Muffin.
Space Muffin.
And
Ah,
he will be playing, in quotes, Yasuo, Jinx, and miscellaneous mid laners, and in all capital letters, Scion. How do we feel that
I'm seeing a pattern that a lot of mid laners are going first.
mhm.
Um, which I guess now that I think about it makes sense. Mid lane is where all the action happens. You have to have a good mid laner. Which I think I need to check who's up next. Otherwise, my comment will make no sense.
Well, up next, actually, it's funny you say that. Up next
It's
is
Taunt.
SK Taunt,
Okay,
who
that's what I thought was next. Who is
originally was just in mid lane, but is now on all flex roles.
Okay, I
Um,
played with Taunt in the trial season. He was a great mid laner. We did play second, so I think, and he has a lot of overlap with what was his name? I'm jumping through different websites. Um, Mid laners. I can't find it. 136 Jake with that Fizz. I remember that Taunt played a lot of Fizz.
He's also known for just a lot of like really strong picks right now. A lot of meta picks. Oriana's been rising in the meta recently. If you've been watching or keeping up with Worlds, and SK
Yeah.
Talent, really big Oriana player. Plays a lot of Gragas. Renekton is
Oh
a bit of a
yeah,
bot
the
pick. Is
Gragas.
yeah.
That was a good pick. Uh that but
Overall, a really strong player, and definitely a little bit perhaps underranked for his performance. Some might say. So
yeah, I feel that. Considering that although it says that my rank is bronze 2, flex rank playing with friends is gold 4. So a bit underranked as well. I feel that.
all
yeah,
right, I am updating the sheet currently. So if you
Thank you.
the pick is in, by the way, for SK Taunt.
should
This
be no
pick
surprise here.
is right Twix only. On
Yes.
jungle, hoorah is what SK Taunt has put in the chat.
I've played with right Twix only. In both actually a lot of times with you Flambo and just like running draft. Just quick play.
This is true.
Great
Right Twix
great
only, very good jungler. Does play on his collegiate team with SK Taunt. They do play together a lot.
I did
Have
not know
been
this.
for a long time. Um, so I like the pick. You know, you kind of have friend buffs already starting, both for the League of Legends gamers and for the Freylordian freeloaders, right? So, um, also, if any captains are here watching, I know you kind of know what's on the sheet, and I know you have your own, but I am updating the public sheet primarily versus the captain sheet, just so that I am able to keep up.
I will
As
interject as well.
Go ahead.
Like the jungle mid lane like synergy is like super important, right? Like super
Hmm.
important for like game states and like objective fighting around objectives, because if you have that prio in the mid lane, you can rotate to the objectives faster, and it's just overall a really strong pick for SK Taunt.
Well, with that pick, the pick is actually in already for Orion Taurus here.
Surely.
Uh, with his pick, the Wukong Wranglers have selected Hunky Unitortoise.
Ah,
And let's see, let me check the message again. As Flex God. So,
who could have
uh,
seen this coming?
yeah, the
Considering that he
last
does say in his preference, don't care, makes sense.
the last flat plus player is now gone, right? Hunky Unitortoise as well is close friends with Orion. Um, very good player, played ADC last season. Likes that role. So another thing I was kind of talking about, if you look at the sheets, not a whole lot of people who prioritize ADC. So
We ran
um,
into that in the last season as well. A lot more junglers and laners than ADCs.
yeah.
I think.
So how are we? First round is now over. By the way, that is the first round. How are we liking the looks of these teams so far?
I'm liking it. I was a bit on the fence with Hunky Torch because I didn't know Unitorch because I just didn't know who he was. I
Mhm.
kind of forgot I played against him. Um, he felt the wrath of my Tarek probably. Um, but yes, now that I'm seeing that, hearing more about the good synergy, I feel a lot more confident in this pick.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, um, so far, again, we definitely kind of see the synergies right now, as per usual. Um, kind of looking like, sorry, one second. Looking like friend synergies are kind of the name of the game so far. We do have Logos picking up Space Muffins, again, one of his close friends. For SK Taunt picking up Right Twix, one of his close friends, and Orion picking up one of his close friends. So whether that translates into skill, right? But generally, if you play with a lot of people or play with people a lot, you're typically going to do a little bit better. So I'm kind of liking how this is going so far for each one of these teams.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of good synergy going on. Hunky Tortoise, I think, is a bit of a good pick for Ryan. I think simply just because like Hunky Tortoise can play like every single role, right? So in terms of like signups, right? So like his draftability later on. I know that like I've been discussing with a few of the captains that the role coverage is a bit difficult when it comes to this draft. So
Hmm.
having flexible players is super valuable.
Yep. And what I was thinking of with that was counterpoint. A lot of people kind of have all 4 to 5 lanes put down, with some exceptions. Like from the looks of it, especially like iron carrot players as well, iron bronze with all 5. It's very interesting. Usually at lower ranks you want to have, in my opinion, just have like 1 or 2 roles, like support jungle, top lane jungle. Sly's ADC. I think with the rarity of ADCs in our draft, that Sly might be a hot commodity.
Hmm. Well, we do have the next pick in for low cost, right? We were talking about. So, by the way, there was a trade that happened before
Yes, I
the,
saw
the
that,
the
but I don't
draft came
remember what
through.
it
So,
is.
low coast has traded his 7th pick to Panini for the 5th round pick, and then gave up his 13th or 11th round pick for Panini's 13th. So, low coast is the next pick, and it is in, and they select Shrekish for in parentheses Pike, Zaya, Kaiza, Echo, Rek'Sai, and Jarvan. So again, kind of a big flex player here, and another one of those guys that he's just very good friends with.
Yep.
As it will go to Panini on the clock with 2 upcoming picks.
I'm really starting to buy into that friendship power you're talking about, Flambo. A lot of picks coming in, just people hanging out with their friends, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's definitely nothing to be underestimated how much better you play in League of Legends if you're having fun, and no better way to have fun if you're playing with their friends,
Yep.
methinks. So
Playing with the homies,
the homies, the boys.
the
And
boys.
we were just talking about friendship as Panini submitted both two things
Oh,
at
he
once here
locks
for
them
me.
in.
Uh, round 2, pick 2 for Panini is FlamboJambo on jungle support and top. And round 2, pick 3 for Panini, the 5 Nights at Clay selects Shadubi1 as an ADC player.
Yeah,
Should do be.
I don't think there are any surprises here. Shadibi is a known friend of not Space Wolf, 136 Jake. So
Hmm.
you got some friend synergy there, and then of course, Flambo Jambo. I know you have some history with Panini as of our sort of trial season we ran.
Hmm.
You guys playing on the same team, so some big synergy there. Of
Oh yeah,
course,
that's where I know Shadubi from.
yeah,
Yeah.
big synergy, of course, too. Like it's really good role coverage again for Panini. Like as you were mentioning earlier, Shadibi one really flexible as well as FlamboJambo can play all the roles. FlamboJambo known for his interesting picks in some lanes, to say the least.
It's odd how you always get flamed for them, yet my picks are just kind of widely accepted for some reason, Flambo.
I think
The difference is because I go 0-6 and you at least go even.
yeah,
That is true.
it is interesting to say the least.
um. Oh. Sorry. Prod. It's FlamboJambo and Shadubi1, not Cleddy's. Sorry, but that's okay. No worries. But yeah, the Brilliorian freeloaders are on the clock now, as we will see what pick he will decide. But yeah, like you guys said, I mean, I can't comment on myself too much, but I have played a lot with Panini. I did most of his coaching. Oh, sorry. That's my
Flambo
timer.
Jambo with the notification. Oh
That
no,
I'm running a timer in 3 different sheets right now, man. I'm sorry.
he's cooking,
Um,
boys.
My dear
He is cooking.
um.
Gads.
So yeah, I did a little bit of coaching for Panini. Basically, what he said to me is he likes my in-game leadership. Um, I told him leadership doesn't mean shit if I don't. Oh, it doesn't mean crap if I do worse than everybody else, but
Edit
thank
it out,
you.
chat. Edit it out. Edit it out.
Oh wait, we
but
have profanity issues, like profanity rules on the stream.
technically, yeah, but that one won't cause us issues. But
Smile.
I do like the Shadubi one pick. Again, kind of friendship buff, having Shadubi one, having 136 Jake. Both of those very good players. Have that friendship buff. One thing to note again for Desk and for consideration. So Shadubi one will have availability issues for the first about 3 weeks of the season. So
Ooh.
that is a potential downside here for 5 nights at Cleddy's, but
I forgot. How long does the season go for?
the
7
season
days?
is in the rule book. Everybody, it's in the rule book. So read the
I'm
rule
not
book if
reading
you have it.
that.
No,
Just
no,
tell
no.
me.
I know that. I'm just plugging the rule book. But
Surely
it
it's
will
7
be
weeks, right? I
7
read
weeks
that.
long.
Oh,
7
let's
weeks
go.
long.
Do I get brownie
Alright.
points?
You
Do I
get brownie points.
Do I
And you
get-
know what else you get, Nagaina? You get the next pick of the draft, which is the Freljordian Freeloaders. Pick up Nagaina as a fun picks, lots of fun champs and rolls by SK Taunt.
Who could have seen this coming? Whoa.
Surely not me.
surely not us.
Yeah, I'm regretting not reading the script notes beforehand.
Yeah, we sent you the spark
I
notes,
sent
bro.
you the script so long ago,
Look, I
man.
was studying for my test on Monday. Don't flame me. I was also playing more private WoW servers.
That's all right. Well, with Orion Taurus now on the draft, how are we feeling? This is the end of round 2. So how are we feeling about these picks so far? Again, I like Nagaina on this pick. Also plays a lot with Right Twix and Taunt. You played very well actually last season. You did better than I was. Again, not to be me. You blew me out of the water how well you played. Your Yone looks good. Your Ornn looks good. I don't know where you're going to necessarily be playing on this team comp, right? With so many people very limited on their roles. But again, top lane, if you are up there, does have decent threat if you're against them.
We've been cooking stuff up, Connor and I. Well, we'll warn the league now. Yeah,
You've been cooking?
we've
Is
been
it-
cooking.
Is it hotter
They
than
have
Nar
been in the
Jungle?
kitchen.
It might be a little overcooked, but we've been cooking. We've been cooking.
Is it hotter than what I cook in the jungle? That is the question.
We're talking like surface of the sun grade level cooking. Like
Oh,
we are
that's some cooking.
we are flying high. I don't know what
I
that.
better see some Thresh or Braum top if you're cooking that hard in the top
Hey, that's
lane.
what I do. That's what I
What's-
do.
What's the Greek
CT
myth person like? It's what's his
CTA
name?
Thresh
Icarus.
top.
Icarus flying too close to is that his name?
Icarus.
yeah.
Yeah,
Icarus flying
We're
too close to the sun.
we're definitely like Icarus. We're we might be
Braum top is fun. You just build Heart Stealer and then you can't die.
Nautilus top.
There, especially since Braum top with E just shuts down most range top laners.
Yeah.
If only you also block like all the passive, because you can still get blinded, still get Gnar passive, still get Vayne passive through your shield. This is just me venting about how bad Braum E is as a Braum enjoyer.
Wait, okay. Can I interject here?
Yes.
Well, okay, so I think according to the script, this pick right here, this Orion's pick,
This
that's
is
about
the
to come
first
in,
one that's like, yeah.
This one is like this is what could change the draft. I think.
Easy me.
It could be there could be a lot of turmoil that goes
Well,
on.
it might not be. It's probably not.
You say that, and the pick is actually in. This is a surprising one to me. I did not foresee this pick coming necessarily this early. It is actually Sly on ADC going
I
to
knew it.
Orion.
I told him that it was
okay.
like, as one of the only people who just said has to be ADC. It's one of those things. It's like, yeah, in a draft with very few ADCs or people who want to play ADCs, having someone who is willingly and able to play ADC is a high commodity.
That's a great point. And yeah, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head here, right? But so now my question is, right? Orion drafted Hunky Unitortoise as his first pick. So now I guess Hunky Unitortoise is probably going to be playing mid lane.
I think
Or top
either
lane?
mid or top. I mean, I guess it depends. I feel like there aren't a lot of top laners left in the draft. No.
There are actually quite a few top laners left in the draft. Top is one of the roles that was kind of the most requested priority pick.
Oh, okay.
It was like that last season as well.
I thought support was for some reason, but maybe I'm.
Support is also kind of up there. I don't know. I did not count, but support and top for this draft do seem to be very popular roles.
If I
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, Zaften, I'm going to quiz you on your study. I hope you should be cramming on the script now. Who do you think is going to be next pick for?
Hell if I know.
You should be what? We sent you the script, man.
You're supposed
I
to
got
know.
sent nothing.
Man, this guy missed the memo.
I
He
missed the memo
doesn't know.
completely. I was grinding in Turtle WoW, the private server that I found, where you can play as a Goblin Rogue in Classic WoW. I'm plugging it. This is a plug for Turtle WoW.
Well, I'll tell you what, Zaften. You may be plugging Turtle WoW, and you are also the next pick. Heading over
Yo!
to SK Taunts for Lordian
Yes!
Freeloaders, Zaften is being picked up
I'm
because
not like
Orange
Vlad.
Jungle Hearts and mostly supports over Jungle Smile.
Yep. Orange Jungle. Orange Jungle. Let's go.
So we will be heading over to Panini. Final pick for Five Nights at Cletty's here. So they kind of have mid lane and 80 carry kind of covered, right? FlamboJambo, Panini likes to play that top lane as well. So Panini top lane, FlamboJambo, seen normally top support or jungle. So what do we want to see here from Panini? I would say either a jungle or support here, and then have Flambo flex over onto the other one, right?
Yeah, I would prefer a jungler. No offense to you, Alan, but I
What the heck?
I think
I think that offense taken from the sounds of
Yeah.
it.
I think your talents could be used elsewhere in like in the most loving way possible outside of jungle.
Don't send him to bot. Don't send him bot. I played with him in bot.
What? Whoa! Hey, what is all this
I cannot-
slander?
What? You made an entire video of slander. I get to slander you now. Get slander.
Okay, you know what? That's fair. That I
I
slander
think
myself
Panini's-
all the time.
Panini's so
Yeah,
basic about that pick.
I agree. I do think picking up a jungler, FlamboJambo can win that support role, right? Or move around as needed, right? If someone's having difficulty somewhere else, that's one of the nice things of having these people that are very flex heavy on Five Nights at Cletty's. So I would definitely like to see a jungle pick, and actually the pick is in, and you guys must you read the script, Panini picks up Gypsy Danger for jungle.
I think I read the wrong version of the script because I had Gypsy Danger a lot earlier in the Preds, but yes, Gypsy Danger here. Were they in the last group in the last season?
They were not. So
Okay, that
Gypsy Danger was in the weekend tournament. He was on
That's
the
where I
team
go.
with myself, Taunt, Right Twix, that whole crew. So he is actually, and I'm gonna build up his ego a little bit. So someone needs to crash down the ego after this happens. Currently bronze 2, right? But he does not play rank. I would argue that Gypsy Danger is at least a gold jungler. Okay. I also tentatively had Gypsy Danger much higher on my draft sheet. My personal one at least. So I'm sure Panini is very happy that he was able to pick up this very, very strong player this late in the draft, potentially stealing the what Mr. Irrelevant award this season. I could see.
Yeah,
Does that? Yeah,
oh,
all in
who
agreement.
I think
Them
okay.
are fighting words as a fellow
think-
jungler, but I do have to agree with it.
I definitely agree. Elliot's or Gypsy Danger, also known, super good. Like ridiculously good. I think we'll have to see. Like, I'm more curious about like what he plays, right? Like, obviously proficient jungler in a
Diego.
lot of characters, but
He
yeah,
plays
like
Viego.
Viego is good.
Viego is good. I do
So
not
we'll
like
see.
going up against Viego. I'm sorry, Gypsy. I might have to ban your Viego in our matches.
Well, and like,
Don't
like,
think of it as bad. Think of it as
But
like
here's the deal. Here's the deal. You ban
ego
out
ban.
Viego against Five Nights at Cleddy's. Then you're facing down 136 Jake Fizz or Shidubi One Jin or Panini Mundo or FlamboJambo Thresh or whatever, right? This is a very like, again, I'm not trying to be biased here, but I Panini has put together a very strong team so far. Again, I think the kind of that weakness is how well is Panini going to do top lane? How well is FlamboJambo going to do?
I will run Kled Tarek into you again, Flambo.
No worries, no
I
worries.
also think that Viego is a lot easier to leave open
Mhm.
than some of their other champions. If Elliot really is gonna commit to that Viego bit, since like characters like Rammus exist, and then now they're wasting bans on things like Rammus and whatnot. Obviously Viego has really high potential with the carry, but it's also very easy to. I shouldn't say very
Well,
easy, but it's easy to draft around.
I hate to interrupt you, but Orion, the Wukong Wranglers have come in with their next pick, and they have selected Nash Browns as Flex God here.
Didn't we already have a Flex God?
Oh,
There's a lot
two.
of Flex
There's
Gods.
two.
I was about to. There can be only one. Rule of Highlander.
Well, well, Zeus being only or Sly being only able to play ADC kind of forces the hand of Orion. He's got to have a few more flex gods to kind of compensate.
Yep.
He's got to compensate.
You need a Flex Pantheon.
Yeah. So, I mean, Nash Browns again. I made the slander video, spinning the wheel. He can slot him in a lot of different areas here. Nash Browns likes to play with Zeus a lot, or Sly a lot. So again, just kind of that friend buff. Right now, you have two duos of friendship. Right, if you decide to put Nash Browns down in that bot lane, very comfortable playing with Sly down there. Otherwise, again, Nash Brown's Teemo absolutely obliterated me in the weekend clash tournament. He just played Teemo against my Thresh top, and then I wanted to die. So, has that nice flexibility. Can kind of play around anywhere if things aren't working. Orion has a lot of stuff that he can kind of pieces he can move around here to try to again support Sly there on that ADC role. So, with that, we are heading to the League of Legends gaming team powered by Loghost. They actually have two picks coming up here. Again, this is the other result of that trade.
Right?
Yep.
Why was that trade like? I'm just wondering, like, why? I didn't realize you could trade draft slots.
You can. Yep. You can trade anything you want. You can trade a grilled cheese sandwich for
I was about to ask, would anyone want to trade a sourdough Munster with Euro meat grilled cheese sandwich? That's gonna be my my midnight snack tonight.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
I love grilled cheese sandwiches.
Okay, I was gonna bring up more grilled cheese sandwiches. We just have to let this bit die.
Well, the first one is in for Logan Loghost Gaming. He has selected as his first of two, Whalefish as Tank Lilia Gaming. We love hooves. Bat is what I was told.
I don't know what that means.
It means Whalefish is going to be playing Lilia in the jungle, is what that means.
Pain.
Has been doing a really good job, honestly. Whalefish has been climbing quite a bit. Ran into, his original placement was a little bit low. But again, I think he just started playing ranked very early. But he plays a lot of League, and he's definitely been improving quite a bit. I've been very impressed with how he's been doing.
I need to call up Centurion in the chat. I'm sorry. Grilled cheese is better than ham and cheese.
Yeah, grilled cheese is better. Sorry, son.
Sorry, that completely derailed your point. But
no, that's okay. Because the pick is in. The next pick by Logan Logos Gaming is actually Lumpy Seal. So let's go Lumpy!
Let's go Lumpy! I feel like I played with Lumpy.
Potentially.
I don't think he was on the Shrima.
No, Lumpy is new this season.
All right.
He was in the beginner.
That's where I played
baby
with Lumpy.
league.
Yeah, because I was part of that.
Yep.
I feel so bad of bringing in an. They talked me out of bringing in the M5 Orin, as that would have just been mean. But they did not talk me out of pulling up with the Gnar.
Yeah. But I mean, Lumpy Seal. I have to give big respect because I was actually doing my own research, independent research, of course, today.
Oh, what research
Um,
did you find?
I found that first, so Lumpy Seal has been actually getting coached by his girlfriend in League of Legends, who is a I believe either Gold 2 or Emerald 3 player.
Those are
Um,
very different ranks.
it's somewhere in the middle of there. I don't remember. It's like peak versus average. I don't remember. But I also know that he has been playing a lot of Malphite top, and he is in his last few games on his op.gg that is publicly available. He has been going. Hang on, I can actually just give you the raw numbers as I pull it up here.
All right.
He's bringing up the stats.
Give
I'm
us
bringing up
some
the
facts and
stats.
logics. Facts and
But again,
logics.
this is a level 28 player. Okay, level 28 player. He went as it loads. I'm sorry. It's loading. I'm sorry.
I feel this. It hurts me in my soul.
The internet golems strike.
Yeah, I believe. Okay, he went 8-3-10, 10-0-3, 5-2-7. Okay, 5-1-9.
All right.
And then a couple other games that didn't quite go his way, but he's been positive almost every single game here.
I've
on
been
that
feeling that with
OP.GG.
Rakan. I believe in ranked, I still have at least a 60+% win rate on Rakan because it's Rakan.
Yeah, so his current in his recent 20 games as Malphite, he has exactly 50% win rate, but a 2.3 KDA, which is pretty good. And these are in like bronze 1 lobbies when he's a level 28 player. So definitely something to look out for.
Oh yeah, level
And
20. He's not even in ranked yet.
yeah, this is a very good pickup
Yeah,
by
has a lot of potential. I see
by
Lumpy Seal
Lagos.
developing into a great top laner. Is that Malphite top? I should have asked if that was Malphite top
It
or
is
mid.
Malphite top. It is
Okay,
Malphite top.
a great top laner in this league. No pressure, Lumpy. Um, you got this. We
Yeah,
believe in you.
and with that, the pick is in for the Freljordian freeloaders. Though this will determine the last 2 spots, right? Of course,
All
this is
right.
the last, or as Orion will be receiving or having his pick be the last person available. SK Taunt on the Freljordian freeloaders has selected Ninja Drew as his final pick here on the team.
I can talk to this. Because I've played with Ninja Drew in the Baby
Mhm.
Cup. I'm liking how we're calling it that now. Ninja Drew is an amazing engage. Lots of, you will get hooked. There is no stopping him.
Mhm.
Let's it be Blitzcrank, Nautilus, or Pike. You will get hooked.
Yeah,
He definitely has the most experience on Blitzcrank. As you saw in the Baby Cup. I know that was not the title, but it is now. It was he was popped off. He was debating not, but we were able to talk him into it, and he popped off on it. So definitely a bit of like working on confidence in his picks, but other than that, a very solid final choice to round out second to last choice to round out our draft.
yeah, which does mean the pick is in by Orion, and I'll come back and we can talk about more. Right, we aren't done after this. But Orion does select Pagey Cat on his team. Returning with the ring. Going for her second here. Very good Yuumi player, right? And as Orion says, Cat God in all capital letters. So, we will see Paige once again. I think this is a completely new team for Paige. I don't think any of the people on the team has played with Paige. So
I would say I do have a bit of beef with Paige from that grand finals list. We had an agreement. Our
It's
two teams.
impossible. It's impossible to have beef with Paige.
I want to
Paige
spell
is
this out.
awesome.
We had a team agreement that we wouldn't ban Yuumi. They would not ban Tarek. They banned Tarek.
Cope seed.
I am coping. I'm coping and seething. Okay.
Sorry. But anyway, so again, just a couple of comments for me, because again, I was typing in other things, so I didn't really get to give my comments on Ninja Drew. Again, Ninja Drew, I think again a very good player. I think he's improved a lot since his last season. I'm also giving him a little bit of coaching as well with Panini, so um,
Oh, I didn't know
he's
this.
definitely been breaking out a lot on especially the support role, but even some other things as well, which maybe they might cook with here on the freeloaders. But ending impressions of each of these teams, um, we see. I think each team definitely has very specific strengths, and every team has very specific weaknesses. What are your guys' kind of opinions here? I'm putting each of you on the spot of what teams do you think are going to be big contenders here, and what teams do you think
Let me get the
might
team
have
names up.
I
a
think
little
Uh,
I think
difficulty?
I think the League of Legends gaming team is. Put a limb on there. It is
I know this has
one for the
definitely.
books.
Yeah. Actually, now I'm looking at probably. I was gonna say with no bias whatsoever, Freljordi and Freeloaders. They got it in the bag. I think they're gonna be a great team this season.
Surely.
Yep, I played with Taunt, right?
Surely.
I played with most of these players before.
Mhm.
We got some synergy here.
I definitely agree. I think League of Legends gaming team is looking very fierce, right? You're gonna have Space Muffins in that mid, Shrekish and jungle, probably low cost ADC, which is not bad. You can definitely rotate Lumpy Seal between top and support. Again, I know he likes having that top, but on this team he might be going support anyway. Or sorry, Whalefish jungle, Shrekish top probably. Um, or AD carry. I'm actually not sure. We'll see what they cook, right? But you can expect to see Space Muffins mid, Whalefish jungle on that team. I don't think they really have a weak lane, in my opinion. I think that team can definitely hold their own pretty much anywhere here. Uh,
Sorry.
I also
Bad.
think
Good.
the freeloaders definitely have the buff of they all play together a lot, right? So they kind of know how everyone wants to play. They're not gonna necessarily need to be constantly calming who's going where, who's doing what. And I think the Wukong Wranglers also have that buff, right? Orion plays a lot with Honey Unitortoise, Sly plays a lot with Nash Browns, and Paige is just hanging out. So we will know that Paige is going to be on that support role. Paige and Sly bot lane guaranteed here for the Wukong Wranglers, which
Yep.
might hurt them a little bit, right? You know what you're going to be going into each week. Um, but we'll see based on what Orion, Hunky Tortoise, and Nash Browns, where they kind of slot around, where they move around, all that sort
And
of stuff here
maybe
for
they
them.
change it up mid season. It's like one week it's okay. I'll one plays top, one plays jungle, one plays mid. Swap it, trade it, have like a rotate. Keep
Well,
all the
that's the
other
thing
teams on
too.
their
Is
toes.
is all the matches are best of 3 now, so it's not just one match and done. So if things aren't working, right, if you're on your main look, right, and you decide, okay, well, we got kind of obliterated in our mid lane here, right, we might move people around and try to kind of damage mitigate or try to put your win condition somewhere else, right? So I think the League of Legends gaming team and Five Nights at Clutty's are going to be the ones to look at there, as I believe pretty much everyone on these teams, the power players, all have full flexibility. The exception is Five Nights at Clutty's. Gypsy Danger will probably be the jungler for this team 98% of the time.
Yeah.
And same with gaming team, Whalefish will probably be the jungler about, I'm going to say 75% of the time.
Yeah. I'm remembering now more of the prior season. Whalefish and I both love our tanky jungle engages.
Yes. So,
Um,
uh,
I do have
if
one question actually.
go ahead.
Wasn't Wheatley supposed to show up like 20 minutes ago?
It's all right. I'm sure Wheatley is coming back from work, so it's okay.
Okay.
We
Surely.
still appreciate him for offering to be here tonight. So, but it's all right. So no
Yeah.
worries.
One other thing that I was what was I gonna say? Shoot, I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, come back to me. I'll think of it.
All right. Well, again, if chat wants, we can make a little bit of a, if we want power rankings or anything. I might do a Rusty Goomba here, and we might have Preds each week. So I'll put out the announcement if we do end up doing that. But again, I think a lot of these teams are very very strong. I think there were a couple surprise picks of people I think went a little bit later than expected or a little bit earlier than expected. So but otherwise, I do think a lot of these teams are pretty accurate to what I expected, at least. As it looks like friend buffs are kind of the takeaway here.
Yeah. Okay, now I
Yeah.
remember what I was gonna say. Because I was kind of surprised looking at the stream. I don't know if this is because he didn't have enough players, but there are some players that I was expecting to be in the draft but weren't. Specifically, the absence of Curb. I don't. I don't know if I missed information, if that was in the script or something.
She has decided to not sign up this season. So
Ah.
there are quite a few people that didn't sign up from previous seasons, right? So Bonesy, Kerbology, um, Lesba Tiger, Mr. Chetta, powered by Yahoo is a big one.
Oh
Kind of
yeah.
Strudel,
dominated.
Yahoo.
Coaster
Um,
Strudel.
My
Coaster
friend.
Strudel, there's a lot of people that aren't here this season. So
Ask in
um,
the chat.
yeah, well, I mean, it's okay, right? I think despite only having 4 teams, I think this is gonna be a good season, right? You know, team roles will be assigned soon, as well as team chats. We're gonna try to get on that as soon as possible. Um, but any last statements, takeaways, desk before I send us out here,
Not on my side at least.
Mr. Aina?
No, just looking forward to a fun season, hopefully.
All right.
A
Well,
fun season without Yumi. Smile.
Yeah, I do. That is my takeaway. Targeted.
for
You will never be
listen,
able to play Yumi against our team.
Paige is coming back with the number 2. All right, if you're gonna regret it when you ban Yumi every week. I'm just telling you that right now. Paige
I
is
don't
gonna
think we
come back
will.
and she's gonna be the absolute best support I think we're gonna see this season. So again, with that, I've been FlamboJambo, joined with Nagaina and Zaften here on the desk. Big thanks to Drew again, prodding this, Panini for making or helping and doing all that stuff with the setting up this draft. And again, a lot of the graphics that we'll try to have an announcement that's been made by different people. I know we've been talking about it a lot in chat, but couldn't do it with all of these guys. Looking forward to the season. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, and we'll see you guys week 1. Match times will be announced soon. So, with that, good night. Stay safe. Drink water.
Good night.
Bye bye. See ya. Bye
Farewell.
chat. Bye chat. Goodbye. Bye.